Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. Good day for me. Let's talk about Dunhill Edition. I don't have a cap because this was bought as a tester. 100 mil. Said it was in the flea market fine. Got it for like $10. Quite a steal, I'd say. I'm looking for a cap. If you got a cap, let me know. Yeah, I mean, kind of a forgotten classic, I guess. Not too many people talk about this one. Not too many people know about this one. I didn't even know about this one until I seen it there. I thought it was Dunhill for men, and I bought it. And I'm reading it. The thing was a Dunhill Edition because you didn't really just pay attention at a flea market. Oh, Dunhill, looks like Dunhill. Except Dunhill's darker, clearer bottle. It's kind of a yellowy green, kind of pissy looking. Frosted glass. So, yeah, but a bit of a, I don't want to say forgotten. I don't know if forgotten classic's the right word because I don't think it was their best-selling fragrance, but it's along the lines of their other fragrances, Dunhill Icon, them classic masculine throwbackish kind of fragrances if you want. So I'd call it a forgotten classic, or it never was. So you tell me. Yeah, so 1984, classified as an aromatic fougere. Remember, not all fougères are barbershops, but all barbershops are fougères. This is not a barbershop fragrance. It's an aromatic fougere. Some of the notes are nutmeg, vetiver, citrus, lavender, oak moss, and a whole shit ton of florals and some amber, blah, 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 blah. Just put it on, immediately hit with a big dose of citrus and lavender. Very classic, again. That citrus kind of aromatic vibe has a bit of that to it. Quickly followed by a very strong nutmeg and some fresh, clean floral combinations. Mostly a slightly powdery, kind of fresh rose-like geranium and carnation. It's geranium because it's also giving a slight green mint vibe too, so it's not rose. I've also forgot to mention the nutmeg in this is the old school type way they used to do nutmeg. In most of your older, think of your classic kind of aftershaves, your old spices, your lustery spice, your bay rum sometimes even, your spicier aftershaves. Again, not your barbershop ones. They've all got that nutmeg, and you all know the smell if you smelled any of them. You may not spray this on and immediately think nutmeg, because we think nutmeg nowadays is kind of sweet, spicy, peppery even. The old school way of nutmeg was more musty, dirty, kind of a bit of a funk to it, really. And that's what this has in it. So this is a clean fragrance with a bit of a dirtiness to it, with the nutmeg and the oak moss and the vetiver and stuff like that. Which brings me to the base. You're still picking up that nutmeg lavender kind of combo, but now you're a slightly, like I said, earthy kind of moss type smell comes out. That would be the oak moss, and a musty kind of funky, again, not funky, I should say funky, but a musty, slightly dirty, woody vetiver. And that's kind of the scent, guys. So at the end of the day, after all that, what is this? This is an old school, fresh, spicy / dirty, really floral, woody scent. Very masculine though. Don't think floral's like a woman. No, it's all the masculine florals. Not a powerhouse, despite what everybody thinks. Everybody talks about 70s and 80s fragrances. All powerhouses. This is even the term, the 80s powerhouses. Not all fragrances. As a matter of fact, most fragrances, not most, but a good half of them from that time period were not necessarily powerhouses. This falls in line more with the like the 40s, 50s, 60s, even going to the early 70s, where more of a gentlemanly like fragrance. Men didn't wear fragrances to be announced. You know, they wore them to be discovered. You know, and so that you're not going to get the beast powerhouse 80s type fragrance performance out of this, but that's okay. It's not a bad performer. It's just not vintage polo green, you know what I mean, or quorum or shit like that, or even a vintage Jacquard Noir. You know, it's not like that. Falls more in line with the modern day kind of Jacquard and performance a little better. Which brings me to how I applied it. I went with 3 in my moisturizer, 1, 2, 1 on the chest, shirt on, 1 on the shirt, 1 in each crink of the elbow. Got about an hour's projection, give or take 10 minutes, you know what I mean? About an arm's length out there, so not too bad. Kind of sat, give me a nice little bubble, the sillage, you leave a slight trail, you pick up whiffs and wafts for a couple hours. Then it's a couple hours, it's a decent skin set, like second skin type deal, 6 or 7 inches off the skin. And you're still picking up whiffs and wafts at that point, but not near as strong. And for an hour, it's a light skin scent, time to reapply. So you're looking at about 6 hours. So not too bad, honestly. Compliments, I didn't get any. I think this will get you compliments with certain a certain demographic in certain situations. I don't think it's one that anybody would ever be offended by, except for that kind of funky nutmeg. Some people might not like that. Most people are good, because like I said, it's clean, it's fresh, but with some depth, with that funkiness. So, I think it's going to be somebody who has to enjoy these types of fragrances. Maybe a certain age demographic, 45, 50 plus type deal. Somebody who might have, I won't say grew up with it, but grew up with it, or was at least around when older men were wearing it when they were a kid. In this situation, like I said, you're not going to get a bunch of compliments in a nightclub, but a nice dinner, date, pub, things like that. It's fine for places like that, and semi-formal to formal situations. So I don't really think it's although I wore it today, and you can wear what you want when you want. Like I always said, I wore it today with a t-shirt, work shirt. But it's more of a semi-formal, formal kind of set, I'd say. And as far as when to wear it, I'm about wear what you want when you want. I do. Just adjust your application. But if I had to, I'd say this is more of a mid to late spring, very early summer type fragrance, or early fall into mid fall. I think that's when it would be the best, perform the best, and just work with that kind of weather. I want to start doing something at the end of my videos, if I can figure it out type deal. Who would wear this? You know what I mean? Like a person from either real or fictional, from that I know. And I thought about it, and it immediately hit me after I thought about it for about 10 minutes. Richard Vernon, he played the principal in the 80s movie, The Breakfast Club. Sadly, he passed away in 2006. He was only 67, so really not that old. But why him? Because it's just a man who kind of lets a little power go to his head. And for those of you who've seen the movie, you know what I mean. It's a great movie, by the way. You should watch it. Kind of goes to his head. Wears nice suits, but not bespoke or super high-end designer suits. Kind of off-the-rack suits that fit okay. And, this being... I looked up the price when it was new, and it was only back in the day like $70 or $60. So it wouldn't have been super out of a price range of a high school teacher / principal, and it would have gave him that air of superiority that he kind of wanted to have. So yeah, I think someone like that would wear it. A high school principal, an 80s high school principal would be someone that would wear something like this. And yeah, so that's it. I just think it'd be a fun way to end the video, so I'm going to try to do that more often. So yeah, tell me what you think about that kind of ending. Do you think it's kind of just neat to do? If not, should I just not do it? You tell me. All right, guys, I'm going to do it anyway because my channel lets me grow, but, you know, I just like to hear your feedback. All right, guys, peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourselves.